Hello, my name is Morteza Kurdi, and in this tutorial, we are going to learn about strings. So what is a string? A string is just an ordered sequence of characters. So for example, assume that we have some characters that are ordered, and then we can actually put them together and creating a string value. So whatever you put inside the double quotes is called a string value. So why string? Why we may want to string data type? String data type allows us to get the name of something or someone from database. In order to get the name from database, we must use string data type because these names are declared as a string value in the database. So string is very important in terms of accessing values that are of type string from the database or web service. We can also access a specific character of a name, for example, an animal name like lion. We can access the character L of the lion string value and we can manipulate that character. We can also remove that character from that name. So that's the power of string. And we can also manipulate a string value. We can make a specific string value to be uppercase. We can make another string value to be lowercase. We can do lots of things with string values by using string methods. In this tutorial, we are going to take a look at some of the most important string methods in Kotlin. Now let's go to our IntelliJ IDEA IDE in order to create some real world examples. So let's go inside this main function and let's say var, and the name is my animal name colon string, right? Assignment operator, two quotes. Remember, in order to create a string value, we must put two quotes, and then inside the quotes, we can put our value. We can say, for example, my lion. So this is the name of this variable here, my animal name, and this is the actual value. This is the string literal, actually, that we assigned to this variable. So whatever we put inside the quotes is called the string literal. The actual value is called string literal. And now we can print this value to the console. So println my animal name. So in the console, you can see that this value is outputted here, right? So now let's say that I want to make this value, this string literal actually, to be uppercase. We can say my animal name dot, we can use this function uppercase, to uppercase actually. We are going to learn more about functions in this course later, but for now just don't worry about that. So let's put this statement here, this piece of code inside the println statement so that we can actually output it to the console. So println, and let's cut this piece of code and put it inside the parentheses of this println statement. Let's run the app. So now in the console, you can see that this my lion string literal is now uppercased, right? We can also make this one a lowercase string literal. We can say println my animal name dot to lowercase. Let's run the app now. So now you can see this value is outputted here to the console, right? We have another method, my animal name dot split, right? Let's call this method. So now we can specify a specific character here. So for example, I can delete this M character from this string literal. I can put two quotes here and just type in here M. So let's put this statement inside a println statement. So println. Let me actually cut this piece of code and put it inside the parentheses of this println statement. Notice that it's gonna automatically put this delimiters colon for you. Okay, so here you just need to put M inside the double quotes in order to remove this character from this string literal. So let's run the app. So now in the console you can see this value here. It put these a pair of brackets here, a comma, and we can see the Y and the lion. We can't see the M. The M is actually removed, right? It is splitted now. So you're going to learn more about string values later in this course. For now, just don't worry about string methods. Here, we just used some of these methods in order to show you how string methods work in Kotlin. So throughout this course, we are going to master string data type, and then you can actually use this data type in your projects and take advantage of its methods. The most important point about string values that you need to know is that it is actually a sequence of ordered characters. What does that mean? This means that I can access a specific character of this string literal. So we can say println, and I can actually say my animal name, and I can put a pair of brackets. So here I can specify the index of a specific character. So now let me tell you that in programming, we always count from number 0. So take a look at this string literal here, my lion, right? So M is actually at the index number 0. Y is at the index number 1, right? So we have a space here. Space is also a character. So it is actually at the index number 2. L is actually at the index number 3. I 4. O 5. And finally, N is 6. So let me show you that. Let me prove this to you. So in line number 15, we are saying that println my animal name, and inside the bracket, we can specify the index of a specific character. So for example, 0. Let's run the app. In the console, you can see that this M is outputted to the console, right? The M character. So M is at the index number 0. We can actually again say println my animal name, brackets, index number 1. So in the console, now you can see this Y. So let me copy this line of code, and now let me print out this index number 2, this space character. So now we can see that the space character is outputted to the console, but we cannot see it because it is just a space. So let me print out index number 3. So you can see this L here, right? So that's it. So if you have any questions about string values or string data type, please post a discussion in the course, and then I'll do my best to answer all of your questions. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.